So that's the toString function. There's other things you could do here besides toString, and we'll document those on the web page. You could do a message, and we'll put here like message equals. Get that funny character out of there. And what we'll do is another carriage return line feed here. And I'll show you 2 or 3 of the most common fields we would test for. So we have ex.message, source, and stack trace. So now let's put the appropriate labels on those. And basically what toString is kind of a combination of formatting of all these 3 different fields. So let's test that. Have a compile error. What happened here? Oh, I'm missing, no. Plus cannot be applied to operator of type string. Oh, I have too many pluses. I have a plus at the end of the line, and then I had a plus at the beginning of the line. So now we see you did not enter 2 valid numbers. Try again. Message, input string was not in correct format. The source was from MS Core Library, which is the DLL that caused the error. The stack trace tells us where we were when we attempted to get the error. So all of this big long chunk of message here is actually the stack trace, which is useful if you have one method calling another method calling another method. You can actually see how it got invoked. Let me just give you a quick example of that here. What if right here I made a method called add to numbers. So let's make that private, static, decimal, decimal A, decimal B. We'll say return A plus B. So now we have to call my little routine. So here I'm going to say decimal A equals this. I'm going to copy paste that line. I'm going to say decimal B is text number 2. So now here I'm simply going to say then, this will be a little bit easier actually. So now here's the number I want to convert back. So right here I'm going to say decimal result equals add 2 numbers, decimal A, decimal B, and then here I'm going to put decimal result. So now let's do this add again. And this is just to show you the button add 2 numbers click is here, along with the, sorry, I wish they would almost like underline the problems. So line 42, what you were in add 2 numbers, and line 23 was in add 2 numbers underscore click. So those are the two places that actually cause the problem. So if you had a series of functions like A calls B calls C calls D calls E calls F, and then F bombed, you would see a stack trace of where you were in A, B, C, D, and E when F had the problem. So a stack trace can be very useful. So in this video we've learned how to do a simple try-catch, and then I tried to explain a little more detail how the stack trace worked. In future videos we'll talk more about the catch clause and how you can have more than one catch, and then how to use the finally clause.